Aquí estamos en nuestro espacio, Mayors of the World. Hoy tenemos una muy buena oportunidad de platicar con la alcaldesa del sector 1 de Bucarest, en Rumania. Ella se llama Clotilde Armand y tiene una historia bien interesante. Ella nació y creció en Francia. Se casó con alguien de Rumania y a partir de ahí es que se mueve a este país y se convierte en alcaldesa de esta ciudad tan importante, o de un sector de esta ciudad que tiene muchas similitudes con San Pedro Garza García. Ella viene del sector privado, lo cual también nos parece algo muy interesante para entender, bueno, cuáles son las oportunidades que vio desde el servicio público, sirviendo a su ciudad. Y a nosotros nos gusta mucho en San Pedro y nos gusta promover en todo México la visión de los alcaldes como personas que estamos ávidos de aprender de otros alcaldes del mundo. Hi, Clotilde, it's a great opportunity to have you here. A few weeks ago, the Romanian ambassador in Mexico was here in my municipality, and we were talking about different common interests between our two countries first. And I was talking to him about how it is very important for us to learn from other cities. Mayors, normally we are very practical people. We are close to the citizens, and we have very broad different challenges, and it is important to learn from how things are being done by other mayors in other parts of the world. So thank you very much for accepting this 20-minute conversation. And well, I first wanted to ask you about why did you decide to enter into public service, coming from other countries? Which opportunities you saw to bring to this municipality, Sector 1 in Bucharest?
Yes, I will answer your question. I just wanted first, Miguel, to say that I'm very happy to be with you today. I've been to Monterrey a long time ago, yes, and it's a very impressive city with the mountains, and I was very impressed. So I've spent a long time ago when I was living in the United States, because I graduated from MIT.
Okay.
And so when I was there, I went to the closest country, which is Mexico, and I liked very much your country.
You have to come again.
I will. Not now, because it's complicated. When you are a mayor, you are full-time. You know, during nights and weekends, you are still on duty. You have no vacations. So, but afterwards, to answer your question, Miguel, here in Bucharest, Bucharest is the capital city of Romania. It's a city of about 3 million people, and my sector is the one which is the richest. It's called the capital of the capital.
Okay.
And we are a rich city, probably, like, I know Monterrey is as well a rich city. Here we are about double for the purchasing power, more than double of the average
okay.
in Europe.
Okay.
But the political system has remained the same. You know, in Romania, there has been this revolution after communism, that basically the same people are still in power. You know, they converted the system from communism to capitalism, but it's the same people. It's the same people own the same, and they have the same way of using the public institutions for their own advantage.
Okay.
And so now that we are a rich city and we have a middle class people, mostly in the IT industry, information technology, those people say, we don't want that system anymore. We want something else. And there was this strong civil society movement who said, okay, now we don't want those guys anymore. And we have the possibility, because we have many people, for corporate sector, from IT, information technology sector. Now we are enough people to be able to elect our own people to change the political system.
And how would you describe in the day-to-day work of the municipality this difference between the old system and the new system? I mean, we are living something similar here in San Pedro, which is part of the Monterrey metropolitan area. In San Pedro, there was a party that was governing for 30 years, and before that, a party governing for 70 years, and I won from an independent platform with a very important group of citizens pushing for this change. And I would like to hear from you, the main characteristics in the day-to-day functioning of municipal government between the old system and the new system?
Well, first of all, we want to have the best companies who would win the public contracts. We don't want the companies who have links to the politicians. We want the best companies. We want very fair competition, in order to award the different contracts that we need for the public services. We don't want to recruit people based on their family relationship with the people in the city hall. We want fair, transparent public acquisition system, recruitment process. We want to make it transparent. We want what we do to be transparent for everybody. We're going to do that. Are you okay? Is it what you want? So we want the civil society to be very much involved in what we're doing. Previously, you had only some NGOs were close to the power who could get some advantages, or you had the public servants who were loyal to the system. They would get advantages. They would get housing. They would get whatever benefit. Now, no, we want everybody to have the same the same rules. You don't have the people who are with the nomenclatura and the others. No, everybody is treated the same.
And when you translate this new way of involvement in the public life, you have been talking about NGOs, about enterprises, you now in government, what is called intersectoral collaboration, which is something that is a responsibility of those of us that are in the leadership role within the community. And I want to hear from you how this good cross-sectoral collaboration between NGOs, government, enterprises translates into public goods in the city.
Well, it allows companies who until now couldn't bring innovation, couldn't bring new ideas, couldn't bring their know-how. It allows them now to just to be part of the project. We're talking about digitalization of the city hall, because I was telling you that here the strong industry is IT, but the city hall was 20 years behind, and and suddenly you can bring this technology because people want us to, it is as well the pandemic. So we suddenly with some very simple applications, which some of them are free, we can allow people to report problems in the city, which was not done before. They can choose their parking lots directly on the, by clicking on the internet. So all those new ways of digitalizing, of making it transparent, of allowing innovation and IT to be part of the city hall, this is revolutionary. It takes time because in order to change the city hall, in the city hall we have 3,200 people. They were not used to all this, and some of them, are reluctant to change because they had advantages in the old system. So all this takes a little bit of time, but we all feel how this new population and this middle class, they want to take back those public institutions and say, okay, now we want to make them function for us.
I mean, as I hear you, we have different similarities. I mean, the number of public servants here in San Pedro is very similar to Sector 1 in Bucharest. We also have a higher GDP than the average, both in Monterrey metro area and in Mexico. And there is some similarity about which I want to hear from you. We are part of a metropolitan area here, San Pedro, Monterrey metropolitan area. Bucharest has different sectors. You are mayor of one of the sectors. Before I was mayor, there was in part of the population this notion as San Pedro as something that has to be managed as a bubble, as a separate island, as something that has not much to do with the rest of the metro area. And my perspective is that we are part of a city, and the citizens want to have a good quality of services, beginning with security, with public spaces across all the metro areas. We are part of a metropolitan area. We have to contribute to the metropolitan area and also receive benefits from the metro area. How do you approach this challenge of Sector 1 in Bucharest of have a good integration with the other sectors?
Well, it is a difficult. It is a challenge. It is a challenge from institutional level because it is not very well organized, and the responsibilities are. I'm going to give you an example. In Bucharest, the main avenues, the big boulevards where you have public transportation, they are being managed by the main city hall. When I manage all the neighborhoods and all the secondary streets. So, I have the money and I have the view, and I would like to make sure that those boulevards are nice, but I have to ask for the main city hall to let me invest, and all of this makes it complicated. But what I wanted to mention, and I think it is, I'm not sure, maybe you have the same issue. We have a leadership role in this metropolitan because we are the wealthiest, and we are the place where you have the biggest interest for the real estate. And here, this leadership role is important because I need to show that the old system that we want to change, and which is so powerful for the real estate, we have the stakes are very high. There is this mafia of real estate, which is extremely important in my sector, and I need to be very strong to in order not to allow completely chaotic urbanistic development. So if other sectors see that we in Sector 1, we fight and we manage to control and to have good urbanism, then they will follow. Here in Bucharest, for a very long time, people have not been very cautious of their cultural heritage, and they were basically destroying the very beautiful old buildings. You know, we were called the small Paris. Bucharest used to be extraordinary. It will become again. It will become again. But this is one of the things that we are bringing. This middle class says, okay, we don't care about the real estate interest and the mafia and real estate. We want to keep our cultural heritage. And this cultural heritage is very present in my sector. And I need to show the way. This is important. We want to keep it. We don't care about your money, and we are ready to fight for what belongs to us.
It's really great to hear your determination and the clarity with which you present the commitment to have a leadership role in good urban practices, and by this role pulling the whole metropolitan area in that direction. It's really encouraging to hear you, Clotilde. And I want to finish with my favorite question, the one that I make to different mayors, and I would like to hear from you. If I were to go to Sector 1 of Bucharest, or one of my colleagues, the citizens from San Pedro or from anywhere in Mexico were to go to Sector 1 in Bucharest, which is this place, this happening that you have to go, this place or happening that is not necessarily in the tourism guides, but you have to be there because it's a way of enjoying life in your city?
I would bring you in many places, Miguel. There is not just one place, and it would be my pleasure. Romanians are very welcoming people, I think, like Mexicans are. But I would bring you close to those lakes. We have very beautiful lakes across in the middle, basically, of Sector 1. And until I came here and my team came, the people didn't have access to the lakes. They were basically with strong vegetation, or it was completely privatized, because it is like this in places where only money rules, but not public interest. The nice places are not, you cannot access them. And we've opened all this the access to the lakes. We've made a very nice promenade, and now you can go along the lake. And we need to do that for more areas where it's like Reconquista. We're doing the Reconquista of our lakes, because it's a very beautiful place. And that in our very crowded cities, we need perspective, we need space. And when you have a lake, then you breathe, so this is where I would take you.
Well, you are also very welcome to come to San Pedro, that, as you said before, is distinguished by our mountains, our beautiful mountains, many places from which you can see the mountains. We have renovated parks. It will be great to receive you and your family here in San Pedro. And really, congratulations, Clotilde, for the great work you are doing and for your vision. Yeah, I'm sure many other mayors from Mexico will learn from your perspectives and your ideas. Thank you very much. Good night in Romania.
Thank you very much. It was very nice talking to you and to Mexican people. I appreciated it. Thank you, Miguel.
Estuvo muy interesante la plática con Clotilde Armand. Estuvo padre ver cómo, mientras iba avanzando la conversación, me di cuenta de todas las similitudes que hay entre San Pedro Garza García como una parte de una área metropolitana de Monterrey y lo que representa el sector 1 de Bucarest, donde Clotilde es alcaldesa, con respecto a todo Bucarest. Estoy seguro que habrá mucho aprendizaje para todos ustedes, alcaldes, ciudadanos, y para aquellos de nosotros que nos toca gobernar una ciudad dentro de una ciudad más grande. Gracias, nos vemos en el próximo episodio de Mayors of the World.